Hi there, and welcome to today's vlog. Now, Sue and I have recently been away just for a couple of days. We stayed at a place called Eastwood Hall, which is just outside Nottingham, a large hotel. They were doing a special offer. In fact, it's still on if you're interested. Nice place to stay, some interesting places to visit locally. We stayed 2 nights there. And it was not only Sue and myself, but my 4 sisters and their husbands. So 10 of us in the group, and we had a lovely time together. It's good, really good to be together as a family group. We don't often get that opportunity. And it's just such a great pleasure and a privilege to have that kind of quality family time with those of our generation. Of course, one of the images used for church in the New Testament and elsewhere is that of family. We are called to be the family of God together. And it's interesting that in the New Testament there are a lot of places where the phrase "one another" appears, and it's talking about how relationships should be within the church family. For example, love one another, be devoted to one another, honor one another, build up one another, encourage one another, forgive one another, bear one another's burdens. That's just an example of some of the occasions where that phrase "one another" can be seen. So it's about how we live together as God's family, the church, how we can be there not for selfish reasons, although we do receive from being part of a church family, but how we can give. And just on reflection, it's a long time since Sue and I were part of a church family in the sense of meeting together physically. In fact, since lockdown began, I've led a number of services online, a few in person more recently, but certainly since we moved here to Doncaster, we've only had one or two occasions, opportunities where we've actually been to a physical church service. At the moment, our Sunday service is an online event. We often watch Holy Trinity Brompton or other services, and we are really encouraged and built up by doing that, but it's not the same, is it, as being together. So hopefully we'll have opportunity in the next few weeks to visit one or two local churches in person, because it would be really good to be part of a local church community, because if you're not getting fed and receiving fellowship in that way, and also you're not giving to others. I like the quote from Nicky Gumbel when he said, "Church is not an organisation to join, it is a family where you belong, a home where you are loved, and a hospital where you find healing." I think that's a great quote. So a family where you belong, a home where you are loved, a hospital where you find healing. And over the years of our married life, we've been truly blessed by some of the church families we belonged to, certainly in our early married life. First of all in Hull, Stone Ferry Methodist Church, then in Norwich with Sprowston Methodist Church. We were loved and encouraged as a young family, and that was such an important element of our Christian growth and development. But I guess that there'll be some who during lockdown have not been able to gather together, and now that it's becoming more easily, churches are opening up again, they're thinking, do we go back, do we not? And soon I certainly have a feeling that we need to get back into a church fellowship, a physical church fellowship, which that will be, I have no idea at the moment. We'll hope that God, and pray that God will guide us to the right place. But family is so important. I've come across families where there've been broken relationships, so and so not speaking to so and so, and it's so sad when that happens. But I'm so grateful that our family, we do get on well together. We're not perfect, we fall out, but we love each other. And this last couple of days has been an example of how that works out. But also the church family should be a church filled with the love of Christ, and that we should learn to love each other, set an example to a broken and divided world. So that's our thoughts. That's my thoughts for today, and I hope that you find yourself in a fellowship where you are loved, cared, supported, and where you can offer your gifts, talents to serve others. So God bless you. Thank you so much for listening today.